At UBC Sauder, professors foster moments that inspire, challenge, and shape our futures. Every year, our student body honors a faculty member who exemplifies the values of dedication and commitment to student growth. The CUS Teaching Excellence Award was created by Don Nielsen, a former CUS president who has generously donated annually to the award that is presented to a faculty member who has demonstrated perseverance, passion, and commitment to their role, as well as enhancing the personal learning and growth of their students and the overall Sauder community. We are incredibly grateful to Don for his continued support as we enter the 51st year of the CUS Teaching Excellence Award.
My favorite part about teaching is being able to share my passion and interest with students. I think really when you're in a lesson and you're able to really connect what the content is with something that's going on in the world or something that's going on in students' lives, and you get that magic moment when it really clicks for students, that's something that's really exciting and really a great day in the classroom when you can make that kind of magic happen.
Our students to get here are incredibly talented and are smart. Those are table stakes. But what they bring is this extra level, curiosity, this extra drive. And when they come into the class, they bring that with them in so much volume. And it's so hard to ignore. It weaves its way into discussions, it weaves its way into office hours, it weaves its way into every interaction in class. And that's what I love about our students. They will not let you rest on your laurels.
I'm meeting students who are in their undergrad and they are at a time when they're making huge life decisions, and I feel like I'm like a signpost along the way to just give them a bit of guidance here and to give them a bit of guidance there. And so it's actually the connection and the relationship to the students that to me is the absolute most rewarding.
One of my highlights where I learn from students or from LinkedIn when they post something about their successes, whether they get an internship, get good grades, talk about personal growth, or maybe get that first full-time job after you graduate. That's so rewarding, and that inspires me to do better. So one sentence would be, I teach and inspire, and the students with their successes inspire me in return to do better, to teach more effectively.
Some aspects that students might not know about is that designing a course that can have really interesting content, but also assessments that test the learning objectives and can be marked fairly and can be easily defended is probably one of the harder parts that people may not know about, and the marking in particular is often challenging.
One thing that I think many people overlook is sometimes teaching is drudgery. Sometimes it's being up at midnight trying to set your Canvas exam. And those things all of a sudden are okay to do. All of a sudden, you don't get stuck in the drudgery because this higher calling, this connection with students, with our students who are so uniquely talented, it makes it all matter.
So much work goes into prepping these courses behind the scenes, kind of thinking about how to structure the course, what's the best story to tell throughout the course so that it makes sense to students when they're learning. Not only thinking about, well, what can we teach in terms of how can we increase students' learning, but how can we show how it's actually applied in the real world? All of that takes so much time and effort to be able to find those stories that match the content that you're trying to teach.
My professors so far in my undergraduate degree have supported my journey tremendously, not only inside the classroom but outside as well, by driving me to do a lot of extracurricular activities that I wasn't super comfortable with on my own. And now, after inspiration and motivation from my professors in UBC Sauder, I'm doing things that, if you asked me in high school, I would have never thought of doing in university.
I came into business school because I wanted to combine business with social impact, because I thought that it's actually a fundamental way that shapes the world. And coming into university, I wasn't really sure how to combine my passion, but a lot of Sauder faculty helped me get involved in opportunities that fulfill my passion and explore.
Something that I've really admired about a lot of the professors that I've had is that they have always made themselves available outside of class to be a support system, whether I needed help with like a job search or I just was confused about my path in university. Our professors are so diverse here. They all have such different experiences, and being able to talk to them has been so inspiring because it's made me realize that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be and that it's okay and I'm just still figuring things out. And I feel like having the professors here to look up, it's been very nice and also very reassuring for me as a student.
I think our impact is something that is far-reaching. I think it's an unknown almost until you start to see these little data points that return to you. So I have students who are 5 years out, now 10 years out, emailing, saying, I thought of you when I negotiated my job offer. I thought of you when this horrible thing happened on my lease. I thought of you when I was stuck in the jungle. That one actually happened. And all of those moments, it shows how their perspective, how their decision making, how their risk analysis, how they relate to the world, how all of that was shifted, maybe imperceptibly, but certainly materially, once they're out in the world, in a way that matters.
The impact that a professor can have, I think, is really profound. And a big part of that is connected to the ambitious students, which of course are running through all the hallways here. And then also the fact that opportunities exist during your university years and then beyond. And everybody as a student is eyes wide open looking to the future. And so a professor has the opportunity to point them to different directions, to create connections for them so that they can then excel. And that to me is enormously rewarding. And I think the impact then can be lifelong.
Professors have significant impact on students. I put them in two buckets, short-term and long-term. Short-term ones are, for example, students achieve good grades, or students might get a really awesome internship. They tell you about it. That's a short-term impact or short-term impacts. Long-term impacts are more, I would say, trickle-down effects where after they graduate, you don't know about their success until they write about it. Oh, I got this new job. And you're so happy for that. So that's a long-term impact where they, after they graduate, they achieve so much more than when they were in school.
I really had an opportunity to have a professor impact me and my journey when I was going through my undergraduate years. And I can't help but think about that throughout my time as part of the faculty here. From helping with learning key concepts to essentially critically thinking and helping with academic and research opportunities, but also just helping the students understand that they're seen and that so many different paths exist for them. And there's lots of different ways of going about university and about thinking about the future and what could be possible. And so that is one of the ways that I think I strive for and others do as well.
To our faculty members, thank you for supporting our learning and growth. It is with faculty members like you, we are encouraged to pursue our passions and gain the confidence to make our impact in the world.